Right then, I predicted a barrage of cringe-worthy songs and music performances to end the night, and it looks like Take That is performing an entire discography. I only thought they had 2 songs, but they seem to be dragging them out. So I was correct with the cringe-worthy performances, but let's round up my favourite liveries, or rank all of the liveries, starting from the bottom all the way up to my favourite. So in P10 is going to be VCARB, Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. I genuinely think their livery from last year looked a whole lot better. This one looks a little bit too plain. Put the new livery in the bin, get the old one back out, and crack on. In at P9 is going to be Red Bull. Nothing that we expected from this livery, or everything that we expected, I should say, from this livery. Nothing shocked us, nothing new, as always. They could have literally parked that car in the car park. Everyone would have walked past on the way into the event at the O2 and gone, oh, there's the new Red Bull livery then. And no one would have been all too bothered. In at P8 is going to be Alpine. There's something about that car. I think the colours that they've got, the blues and the pinks, could look really, really nice and could have a bit of potential. I think if they had just committed to one of those colours, then we'd be onto a winner. But there's still just too much black in the car. There's nothing that's really jumping out, so not a massive fan there. After that, we have McLaren up in P7, and I do like this car. I do really like the livery. I do feel like we are papaya and orange, McLaren Racing Orange. I would rather just see the whole car in that colour. Again, a bit too much black trying to dial in the accents, and that top-down shot of the car where you see the really big scooped side pods, just dull, black, no colour. Stick a bit of orange paint on there. It's not all about weight saving, I am sure, and I'm pretty sure they've got the budget to splash a couple extra tins of paint on there. I am convinced. Moving on, in at P number 6 is going to be Sauber, Steak, whatever it is that they're called this season. I really do not know. Again, I just wish that they'd committed to their main brand colour, which is the green. A bit too much black still on that car. Too much carbon fibre being shown. In at number 5 is going to be Williams. Absolutely love Williams. I love the team. I love Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. What a great driver combo they have there. Love the blues and the colours of Williams, and the sponsors that they actually have tie in really nicely on the blue livery as well. So nothing too much to critique on that one. I think it is still very similar to last season's, but I am a fan. In at number 4, I done 4 and then went like that. In at number 4 is going to be Mercedes. Now, we've come to really like, I think, that black fading into the silver arrow at the front of the car, as it kind of ties into the silver down the nose and the front wing. It really, really does look like the silver arrows that we know and love. I do still think that I prefer the all-black car. As much as I've slagged off all the other liveries for having too much black and carbon fibre, I really did think it worked on the Mercedes when they committed to it all in all. But I love that livery, and I do prefer that over the actual classic all silver arrows that we used to see. In at number 3, I'm actually going to go for Aston Martin. Now, the racing green, British racing green, Aston Martin racing green, I am sort of mixed about. I'm not too sure. I love it for what it is and the history and everything that it has, but as a colour itself, not massively a fan. However, that livery, that car, it did look amazing. Their reveal with the kind of Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso, the sort of awkward wait that we had at the top of the stairs when they took the helmet off, didn't quite have the gravitas of the Stig reveal with Schumacher under the helmet that they were maybe going for, but it still was a great reveal. Really enjoyed that one. In at number 2 is going to be Haas, and I think if we see Haas in P2 at any point in this season, that is going to be an absolute miracle. Sadly, I think it'll be a few more years before we see them at the top, but they are ranking very highly on my list of liveries. As opposed to Geordie saying that he loves the black and white colours is going to be no shock to anybody, but trust me, it is not just because of Newcastle and football. I'm not that big of a football fan as I make out. I just pretend so that I can be one of the lads. Moving on to number 1 is going to be Ferrari. What an absolutely stunning car. The livery was pretty much, I would say, what we expected, but let's just say red has never looked so good with Lewis Hamilton stood right beside it. Can't wait to see how this car performs on track. Can't wait to see how Lewis Hamilton performs in the car on the track, as well as McLaren as well. Really hope to see a good sort of 3 or 4 way battle up the top between all the different teams. So really looking forward to next season. I genuinely am a neutral of the sport. I just want to see all the teams and all the drivers doing really well. I genuinely do. I would love to see particularly probably Sauber doing a little bit better this season than they have done in previous years. Williams, I would love to see fighting back up at the top. At least 4 podiums, if not race wins, within a couple of years. And Aston Martin as well. We saw them last year or the back end of the previous year gladly swooping in to take as many podiums as they could grab. And I would love to see them back up there as well. Fernando Alonso, we want to see doing tremendously well at the helm. Or the realm, what's the word I'm looking for there? With the help, let's just say, of Adrian Newey behind the design of that car. And of course, we want to see Lando doing well in McLaren, but ultimately, we want to see Hamilton doing even better in the Ferrari. I would love to see at least 1 race win for Hamilton this season. That is going to be that. That has been the reaction, the review, the breakdown of the liveries. I did try to live stream it, but it got took down immediately. How everybody else has managed to live stream it with showing the original footage, I do not know. But there we go. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have done, or you've enjoyed any other videos on the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. We got plenty more on the way and loads of really good challenges that I'm really excited to put on this channel, both sim racing and real world driving. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Other than that, I'd love to know how you rank all of the liveries from this year's F1 reveal. Do let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.